Thanks for joining me. I wanted to discuss a purpose in my life, and that's how I live for my wife and how amazing she is and how awesome she is, how much I value her. I have this thought, this process that when we eat dinner or breakfast or lunch, I don't take the first bite, and I'll tell you why. That usually what happens is she will slave over the meal, and I'll try to chip in, but she's an amazing cook. Like I realized I'm not. I thought I was a good cook. Then I met her and saw her style of cooking. Mine does not even compare. So sometimes I just stay out of the way, or I try to chip in as much as I can to help out. But for the most part, she's the cook. She puts her artistic ability into cooking, and she'll set the plates before us. I won't take the first bite until she takes the first bite. And the reason why is she sits down and she'll get her fork ready and she's about to take the bite and I'm ready. And sure enough, the kids need something or something pops up and she'll get right up right away. And I try to beat her to it, but for the most part, she's such a wonderful mom. She's always putting the kids before her. She's always living for them naturally without even thinking about it. I didn't think about that the first year or so of our marriage. I'd be eating away and then I look and see I'm halfway done and her plate's still full, getting cold because she's up being a mom 24/7. She doesn't stop. Same thing goes with being a wife. She's an amazing wife. I'm so just blessed, lucky, and amazed to know her, to be around her, to be influenced by her, to be encouraged by her, to just experience who she is. What am I trying to get at with this? We've been married for quite some time and over a decade, and I love every year. Every single year has been amazing. I've never had a day go by that I regretted it or it was a tough year in our marriage. We've had tough years. We've had really tough years, but not in our marriage. We've always worked together and um, focused on each other first so we could be the best team ever to really get across what we need to get across in our life. We have four awesome, awesome kids. One of them just recently got married, and our oldest daughter's out of the home. She's living on her own now, and we have another daughter and a son. And I grew up with all guys, and I'm realizing with my daughters, with my wife, in the medical field, where statistically it's mostly women, that there isn't an equality there. I want you to let that sink in. And I'm not going to focus on that topic completely right now, although it's a passion of mine seeing women rise up. But if you're married or have a partner or you're with somebody, I want to tell you the joy and the excitement of not living for yourself, but living for that person. My wife, she makes me very, very happy. But I didn't marry her because she makes me happy. I'm not a victim to how somebody else makes me feel. That being happy is my responsibility. And being happy is your responsibility. You can't put that on somebody. You can't put that on a human being because they're not God. They're going to make mistakes. So I'll tell you what I did do. I married my wife with the focus that I'm not in it for what I can get out of it, but what can I pour into it. I met my wife and I saw how amazing she is and how inspiring she is and all the potential that she has. And I thought, I want to play a part of that. I want to see her rise to her best. I want to be, when she's accomplishing stuff and being successful and glowing, I want to say that I played a part in that because she deserves it. And it's an amazing feeling seeing her do something that I think is amazing, and I played a part in it. The average concept of a couple is, sadly, it's still male dominant in many ways. If you don't think it is, that's great. You're in a whole nother world. That's cool. But for the most part, it's, hey, sweetheart, you're here to back me up. Hey, sweetheart, you're here to be in the back, in the corner, or behind the scenes type of thing. I'm supposed to rise and you're supposed to help me out. And I don't think it was ever supposed to be that way. I found more joy in stepping aside and working my butt off to see her rise up to what she's supposed to be. See, I consider myself a leader in my home, and I've said it numerous times. There's good managers and there's good leaders. And managers know how to manage a team, or manage a corporate, manage a business, manage something and keep the momentum going. But a leader knows how to create good leaders, empower those they're leading, and help them rise up above to their max. See, I'm in this relationship to die to myself so that she could be the best she can be. And I know that can rub a lot of guys the wrong way. And I want to challenge you, is it maybe because you're insecure and you're afraid to let go of the spotlight? Are you maybe nervous that your manhood is being taken away? That's why I do so many videos on positivity and encouragement, and just being empowered, because it's my strongest belief that we will treat those that are closest to us the very same way we value ourselves. Now, I feel like by the time we were married, I lived my life. I had several adventures, I would say. I did crazy stuff. I felt man enough that when we got married and I said I do, I'm laying my life down because I want to see her rise up. I want to be an example for my daughters. I want to be the kind of guy that my girls look up to me and be like, that's the guy that I want to look for. I want their future husbands to die for them. I don't mean just take a bullet. I mean literally live their life in such a way where they're raising up my girls to be the best that they can be. Now, I'm not saying like it's not healthy if I'm self sabotaging. That's not good either. I'm not saying you need to self sabotage you. You still need to be you. That's not fair to your spouse. I'm not gonna let myself go. I want to be the best that I could be for her. I want her to be able to look at me every single day and be like, dang, that's an amazing husband I got. Because she deserves an amazing husband. She deserves an epic husband. I love myself. I look at myself in the mirror. Um I don't bash myself. I'm not like, maybe I do have a big head. What I'm trying to say is I do take care of my outside. I just don't focus on that, right? I try to not create an atmosphere of we're not good enough. We always have to fix ourselves. We're ugly. There's people that think they're ugly no matter what they do, and I try to squash that in our home. Like, you're beautiful as you are. I know I'm handsome as I am, but I'm still gonna work on myself because I want to give the best to my wife. And some of you, I feel like this might sting a little bit. You're giving what's left over to your spouse, to your partner, and the best to the wrong place. You're giving what's left over to your partner and the best to the wrong place. Maybe you're trying really hard to rise up to the top. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying you got maybe take more energy to focus on your spouse as you're rising to the top. I do these videos, I think you guys have noticed on Facebook and stuff. I got videos, I have my own YouTube channel. I do some writing. I'm trying to get back into writing. I do all that as a secondary. First thing first is I'm making sure my wife has time to do her artwork. There's plenty of times where I had everything set up, the video camera, all that. I'm ready to go. I'm really, really passionate about what I'm going to talk about. And then I realized my wife hasn't had a chance to pull out her paintbrush and brush and paint and create. I take it all down right away. She's also going for her associates in business. I got to make sure I'm helping out and watching the kids at the appropriate time so that she can go online and do that. I'm making sure she's doing what she needs to do. Now, a lot of people get confused, I think. Maybe not a lot, I don't know. But I'm passionate about my wife. I'm passionate about my marriage. And we take care of each other so that we could be the best parents. Now, if you're with us on a personal level and actually hanging out with us, you'll see we're all about our kids. Our kids are not last. And I would say that we spend most of our time pouring into our kids because we took the time to put each other first. Because if I poured into her, then she's got the energy to pour 90% of her day into our kids, and vice versa. Um, I heard a wise man say, his name is Paul Walter, and he said, "Your kids will know that you love them by how you treat their mother." That was told to me, actually a group over 10 years ago, and it's stuck with me ever since then. Your kids will know how much you love them by how you treat their mother. Let that sink in. Now I'm going to wrap this up, and I want to say it's inspiring to live this way. I live every single day with a sense of purpose and excitement. I don't feel less of myself. I don't feel less of a man. I don't feel like I'm losing out on life. I'm doing what I can to multiply myself in a way. Again, leaders creating more leaders, not just managing my family and micromanaging them because I'm scared of losing control. I'm empowering my wife. I let her make decisions sometimes, and if she makes a mistake, it's our mistake, babe. It's not your mistake, it's our mistake. And then I evaluate myself. Did I provide enough assistance, enough support, enough resources to help her succeed in the decision that she made? Or am I pouting in the corner because she made a decision instead of me? I got this fly flying around, but regardless, I'm passing up my time here. I just wanted to encourage you, if you're listening, about the power and excitement of living for somebody else and seeing them rise up. And I am focusing on the fact of usually my videos are, I try to keep it very broad and open and accepting to everybody, but I am pinpointing women because I think and I believe for the longest time that women have got to rise up more. There is an imbalance right now still. And it's amazing when I feel like it is amazing when we get our priorities straight. This is meant to be encouraging and inspiring, I hope, and not putting you down in any way. Okay, this isn't meant to be that video, but take it for what it is. Love you guys always, and have a great night.